Alright everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of this series where I try and teach you some things that I do in a game in order to help you improve yours. Now before I start, if you do want to buy some Ultimate Team coins, then be sure to check out utcoinsforyou.com. I'll leave the links in the description, and if you use the discount code VIMTO then you get 5% off all purchases. Now going into this game, as you can see, he's got Lionel Messi in form. He's got a pretty damn strong team, so it's going to be tough for me. But I will sort of apologise in advance, there isn't that many defensive clips really. I have been thinking about how to do them and how to present them best, but the thing is at the moment I'm not too sure what the best way is really to present them. I'm still trying to figure it out because it's quite easy to show ways to attack and different ways to keep possession, etc. But defensive clips are a bit harder to demonstrate on screen, so I will try and work on that. And sorry if that's what you're looking for here, but there isn't that many really I can demonstrate for you. But the aim of this series is to try and show you little things and bits that you might not have done before that hopefully if you watch this video you will do. The first one is he gets a goal kick. Now most people from a goal kick they'll either kick it upfield or just pass it forward. And the most likely option if they pass it forward is they'll pass it to the guy on the far side of the pitch, so either the left or the right depending on what side the goal kick is. So what I always do is I always rush the first player to the guy who's furthest to the byline. As you can see I do that here. Because it happens so quick he doesn't see me running towards him, and that means I get the ball off him. And in the end I don't really make anything of the chance, but it's one of those opportunities where a lot of the time you can get a goal out of it if you do it really quickly, run to the guy who's farthest to the throw-in line, and you never know, you might just get a chance out of it or a goal. But one thing I do notice about people who struggle when they're attacking is that they try and rush everything forward. They'll get the ball from the centre back and they'll try and do a really long pass to the striker, but it never really makes the most out of all your players, and this is why when I start from the back I try and include as many players as possible. Now when I get the ball with Aubameyang here, there's two things that I do. The first one is I hold L1 and then make a pass to the other striker, but before I do that I press L1, and that means that Thomas Muller on the right side of the pitch makes a run. So after I make that pass, I've got Aubameyang, the player made the pass, making a run, then I've got another player who's also making a run. So that means now with Di Natale I've got two players making runs that I've got to pick out from. Now as I make the pass forward to Muller and then move forward, I've got one option in the box only, so I decided instead I'll cut inside. I'll then do a few step overs and that draws the penalty. So sometimes it isn't always the best option to cross, especially if there's only one player in the box and there's quite a few defenders. So sometimes just look to cut inside more. A lot of the time that some people, the defenders don't expect it, so you usually catch them by surprise. Another important thing as well when you're moving forward with the ball is to time your sprinting well, because a lot of people sometimes they just hold down sprint all the time, and that means they do not have any good possession at all. So as you can see with Marquisio here, I pick up the ball and I try and get through two players. Now I'll move slowly first, I don't sprint, but then after that I do a little sprint through the middle of the two players in order to get away from them. But as soon as I get past them, after that I stop sprinting slowly, because otherwise I'm going to get tackled or I'll lose the ball. I move it out wide and then play the ball to El Shaarawy. He whips in the cross and then I aim it to the far post with Balotelli, and that makes it 2-1 to me. So it's another useful tip is to watch out for your sprinting. Only do sprint when you've got a lot of space, otherwise try to keep the ball as close to your feet as possible to get as much control over the ball as you can. Now another useful tip that I haven't talked about before is quick free kicks. Now when you get a quick free kick, usually the defence just completely stop still. But it's a really good opportunity to make a free ball or a lob free ball. So as you can see here, I get the quick free kick. Now instead of just making a really short simple pass to another player, I decided to try a free ball because I can see Muller making a forward run really slowly, but it's a run nonetheless. Because his defenders are just stood still completely, not expecting anything to happen, I make the pass and that puts him through one-on-one and it's a nice finish. But if you're a relatively new player, then honestly the best way to play it is just playing simple football, as Barcelona would be able to tell you. Like from this chance here, I just started from the back. Always try and look for a player from the back, even from a goal kick. There's usually one who's out wide and unmarked. So always look for him for the pass, and from there you can build it forward, because if you start from the back, usually all the players will be in the position, all the midfielders will be in the right position, your strikers will be up front, defence will be in line, etc. So it's usually a good opportunity, and there's always players available because players are in position. So it's just a lot of simple passes I do here, there's nothing special at all. But in the end I make a pretty good chance, and I don't know why I'm shooting from there. But it does show that you can make opportunities from really simple football, really good passing play. It isn't hard to do at all, you just got to be patient about it. But the next clip is something that I've touched on in previous episodes, and that's the first touch fake shot, and that's just really effective because as you can see here, the ball's pretty stationary, the players are stood still, but the first touch fake shot just gives him that little spring in his step and it takes him right past two players, takes him out of the game completely. Then from there on I've got an option of making a pass out wide. I'll do a little roulette with Balotelli. That isn't something I'd recommend doing unless you're pretty comfortable with some of the basic skills. So that chance was created from a really quick first touch fake shot which gave me space in the centre of the field. And the fake shot is a really fantastic skill, I can't recommend it enough, but to get a use out of it you really have to do it when you're running pretty slowly, because if you do it when you're sprinting it does take a heavy touch, but if you do it when you're moving slowly then it can be really sharp and it can take a player out of the game. I mean I do it all the time as you can see from these clips, it's something that I do rely on pretty heavily, but if you can get used to using it, if you can get used to all the different ways you can do it and what situations you use it in, you will find that it helps your game quite a lot significantly. But once you get comfortable with quick passes and keeping possession, you will be able to find that you can sort of plan passes in advance. You should always be looking to sort of plan the pass before it even reaches the player. So as you can see, these quick first time touch passes are because I'm thinking of the pass before I've even got to the player. But with Balotelli there, instead of just doing the obvious lob through ball, I just change the dynamic of the play. I move it to the other side of the pitch, and that means it takes them by surprise and I've got 2 players running forward. And once again, I probably don't know why I'm shooting there, but it's a chance created from quick passing, thinking of what I'm doing before I actually do it, and then changing the direction of the play by moving the opposite way with Balotelli. So in the end, I win 3-2 in this game. It wasn't the most convincing win, sorry about that. I wasn't sure about using it, but I did think there was enough clips there to warrant using it in this episode. But like I said at the start of the video, I'm sorry about the lack of defensive clips. It is something that I'm working on, and hopefully I will be able to find a way to demonstrate them best, because I'm still sort of changing my mind in sort of what method I'm using in my own game. So showing you how to do it the best way is something that I'm still trying to figure out. But nonetheless, thanks a lot for watching. Comments as always, suggestions for things to show you about does help, and I do take them on board. And I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.